What do you feel like, or why do you feel people here locally have not truly made it into the artist industry or music industry?
There's a lot of factors. Like, for example, some don't have the connections. Those same that don't have the connections, honestly, a lot of them suck. Like, that's just a harsh truth. Some people suck. I mean, I might suck to a lot of people in their eyes, but...
Do you feel like you suck? Like, an honest question to yourself.
No.
All right, so we have a different scene today. As y'all can see, it's a little bit in the red side and the purple. I don't know, we just felt creative today. But anyways, welcome back, I guess. When did I post? 2 weeks ago? Yeah, been a little inconsistent, but I'm working on a project on another channel, so that is the reason why. But yeah,
But we're back.
We're back. This is the third time we try this. We've done this twice already, and
it looks like the first time to everyone, but it's the third time.
This is the third time. So now, and I'm gonna tell you, I think, what did you say earlier? Third time's a charm. So I think this one's gonna be better, and we were a lot more prepared. What was the first one? We were saying like a lot, and we hated it.
We said like a lot. There was a lot of something was wrong with the sound, audio,
and the audio. It was that was terrible, but.
And then the second time, only one of the cameras was recording.
Oh, and it was your angle.
Yeah, bro, we're gonna look so sweaty.
I can't be sweaty. Hold on.
Bro, I'm sweating.
Imagine just dripping like this and having a serious conversation.
You seen the Key and Peele when he's like, like dripping.
I can't do this. And start throwing this whole thing. What?
It's because why'd you drink at the same time as me? You could have waited, kept talking till I finished.
And then eye contact was the weirdest part. It was like, and then it was like
just the realize of the silence.
And then I was dripping while we were drinking.
Nervous drinking.
Nah, I don't get nervous. Bro.
Water, no water.
Nervous. No water. Seriously, bro.
Yeah.
That's what you do to find comfort, because you're trying to hide behind
the nervous drinking.
You're trying to hide behind the water.
Yeah, I've noticed I've been crossing my arms too, so you'll see me do this a couple times in the video.
Doing this.
I realize my arms are crossed and I'm like, oh.
But anyways, today we have Voodoo Chow, good friend of mine.
Long time.
Honestly, we go way back.
Yeah.
How did it even begin? It was through Will, through the whole what was it, Like That Productions, where we were all trying to be rappers.
Redborn. Growing up, so I was in that awkward age where, like, Will,
the middle.
Yeah, so Will, Andy, Johnny, all of them, they're I don't know how many years older than me, and then Lenny,
or the younger, yeah,
and then Lenny was the closest to my age, and Lalo, so. Lenny I would kick it with Lenny, be at his house and whatnot. But then the younger side of my family, I was just a little too much older for them. So it was awkward. They didn't want to start hanging out with me until maybe I got older. It was kind of like weird for me to pull up. They're like, So
when you came over, were you the kid that they unplugged the control?
Yeah, I guess, like, in a sense.
Pretend you're playing.
It would be kind of. I mean, they wouldn't literally do that, but yeah, it would be that kid. Like, he's coming. Yeah. Do
they see you as that kid still, or they treat you like that kid still?
No, definitely not. Especially Will. I hang out with Will a lot. That's kind of like
your go-to.
Yes, I mean, it kind of has to do. Also, I feel like he lives 3 minutes.
But, sheesh. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like my neighbor. But even if that wasn't the case, he's still always checking up on me.
Yeah.
And he's amazing to me. And then I didn't go to his kid's birthday today.
Oh, yeah, bro. Forgot. He's going to be upset on that.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I still haven't texted him about that. I probably should. But he'll be awake because he works night shift too.
Sheesh.
But yeah, Will for sure. He's another one I've cried with him, things like that. Been there for him. He's been there for me.
Yeah.
He definitely does not treat me how I used to get treated by everybody back then. I don't think any of them do. Maybe some look at me in a weird way, but not the same.
Yeah.
There's still those family beefs and whatnot, you know.
Do you feel like you have changed or developed in some kind of way? Or are you still the same?
I definitely changed. I mean, went through a lot of stuff growing up, but I feel I'm still the same person.
Yeah.
In a sense. But definitely changed. Yeah. I do more
Battery
things.
Exhausted.
I do more things for myself. Like, it sounds selfish, but I recently started really putting my own wants and like happiness first. Like, I don't really care what anyone says.
What are the things that make you happy? What is that? Like, how do you find happiness? What is happiness?
What is happiness? Honestly,
let's get deep, bro.
Yeah.
Let's get deep.
It used to be and this is why it's hard. I haven't been creating much music anymore. It used to be music, 100%. Like, that was my escape route. Video games, honestly, that's a big thing now in the present. That's what kind of, it's my escape. You know, it makes me happy to be doing. And maybe it's not even much of video games, but having you, Morphin, a lot of the friends that I play games with online or whatnot, maybe it's just having that moment with my friends. But that makes me happy currently. But it used to be music. That was my escape. That's what made me, it was like my therapy, you know. But it's been hard to get creative with that. It just doesn't do it for me anymore. So I've been trying to look at different outputs or whatnot.
Are you still
to get into?
Are you still working in music currently, or did you completely?
No, I still try every now and then, but I don't want to force it. Cause
is that what you've done in the past? Kind of try to.
In the past, it always came naturally. Like, I would just always be in the mood to make music. But I mean, I was also always sad back then. So, and now I don't feel sad. I feel mostly.
No, you can actually say. Okay. I was gonna say you actually.
I was gonna say happy now.
Oh, okay. So you still currently don't feel.
Nah, not fulfilled. Not definitely no. I don't think I will for a while.
Well, what is that happiness? We go back to that same question.
I think when I will feel like fulfilled and happy is when I see that I'm helping others do that. You know, that really touches me. It's helping others, making them feel happy.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But my thing is, what is helping others mean? Because for everybody, it's different.
Yeah,
we've looked at, for a long time. Helping others is once you no longer need help. It's kind of like an ego thing. Like, we're trying to. We think success is we can help someone right now, bro, holding a door. But we think, okay, once I've made it here, which I don't even know what that is, but we're constantly trying to make it somewhere. We're always, I still don't know that question, which I'm going to ask you in a bit, but that thing, it kind of puts you in a place where you're, it's almost, I don't know, is it in a, not narcissist, but you're helping.
For me, in my perspective, it would be being there for them, letting them know they're not alone. Because a lot of people do feel alone, like completely. They feel like they're the only ones going through certain things. And with my music, I want people to maybe be able to relate to it and realize they're not the only ones. People have gone through it and made it out. They can too, type of thing.
But what makes you feel like you can't help someone right now in the position you're in?
Yeah, I have, but like some people will text me asking for advice and whatnot, and they'll hear my song and be like, oh my God, I was feeling like that. But I want it to be on a huge spectrum. I want to help a lot of people, you know?
Is it because I feel like, I mean, have you ever asked yourself, like, why I put music out there? Like, what's truly the purpose behind it? Is it, or I'm gonna ask you, what is your?
Yeah, it was my because I don't talk about my problems like to many people really, and I talked to the music, so that was me kind of like, if you wanted to know what's going on, hear my music, like type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that was my purpose. It's never been to make money or anything like that. It's just been to get my mind off and kind of like talk to people about what's going on, but without talking to them.
Right. I used to say, because and not to sound inclusive, but when I started photography, I never truly did it deep in my heart for the money. But now I can truly say I kind of have to do it for the money, because that's how
it's your living,
pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a balance, I would say. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, at some point, I wanted to be what I'm living off of, but it's not the goal to be rich, It's not, I just want to release this just to make money, So but I definitely eventually want to be making money.
So then what is that success that a lot of these upcoming or people that want to be in the music industry, or just people here in Gainesville, bro, that are, to this day, I don't think there's been a Gainesville rapper that has, or not even Gainesville, but this area, a local that has made it into the,
Mm-hmm.
So what is the success? Is success different for everybody, or what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it is. I mean, a lot of people just want to look like they're successful or whatnot. So, I mean, some people just want the image of it.
But that, if you deeply think about that, that's to me, it's weird, the thought of that's what we consider success.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's making it. Like, have you ever thought about, now we have Instagram, TikTok, all the social media platforms, that's what now it's easy now to become viral, or all these. So you're constantly, like, I was thinking earlier, is like, what were people doing back in the day? I don't know, the 1800s. What were they trying to make it into? I don't know. Be thinking thoughts like that. Like, randomly, I think I was picking up trash in the back. I was like, what were people in the 1800s? What was their success destination that they were trying to?
Not to be like cocky or self-absorbed, but like people like me and you, I don't think we're the same as the whole general public. Like, a lot of people are okay going with their 9 to 5 and just coming home, doing the same thing every single week. So people, like you're saying, in the 1800s, I think it was still the same thing, where it wasn't everyone that wanted to do something.
Mm-hmm.
People were okay with living, having a place to live, working every 6 months, having a vacation time.
What sparks the whole 401k, all that? Yeah, that road of, which, again, nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, where I feel God is leading me to, or I just, I know where I'm going. I guess it's God gave me the vision clearly. It's just, how do I get there? But all to say, I've come to a place where now my perspective is just so different. Now it's like, how can I, and I said this earlier to you, how can I work less, but be with my family more? Like, I know there's people, like, for me, when I used to work at Kubota, I don't know how people woke up to that and just felt like, love it.
Yeah.
And maybe no, but I mean, I don't know. I hope none of this this part of the conversation doesn't go, over people's heads, because I've been on like the crappiest jobs. I mean, and I don't mean crappy as far as belittling. I mean crappy. Literally, like, I had chickens pooping in my face while I was catching these. Yeah. I used to work in night shift, and it was these chickens that I used to catch with a bunch of Hispanics, and they can work they work hard, bro. Yeah. Like, I could never. But again, that was what I was doing, and all these. But I always felt like something I could never see myself for the rest of my life doing something I'm not called to do.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
And that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like everybody has that, or maybe they have that feeling like they have something that they want to do, but not a lot of people feel like it's achievable. So they're okay
Well,
with.
there's a lot of obstacles and different things, and it's just like I think what sparks people is. My bad, I cut you off. What sparks people is, I don't know. I think when you go through things, it kind of, what you've been through. For me personally, I can say, drives me. I remember seeing when my mom and my dad split, we lost our house. And that to me is so traumatic that I think about it randomly throughout my current life right now. When I seen that, from there, I remember I was a freshman in high school. I had only like two pairs of pants that I wore, and I just alternated them, made them look like, because they were one dark one, so you can kind of play around, nobody noticed. And then I had like these 5 Walmart shirts that I bought for every day of the week.
Yeah,
it was really 7 shirts in total. But long story short, I'm not trying to make this sound worse than it was, but it actually was super traumatic. I didn't realize how bad what I experienced. But I remember that freshman year, we were living in a car garage. Like, not even, it didn't have floor, it was straight up garage. And in freshman year, that's what we were, living in. And I just always felt, it's like, I know and I struggle with this because I never truly knew who I was. And even now, I'm still trying to figure out, like, where am I? Where do we go from here? But I just feel like we've been called. You just feel it, like, you're made for more, I guess.
Yeah.
And you just like, I don't know. I just want to build a legacy. I love my family so much that if I can, the more time I can spend with my wife, why not?
Yeah.
Why do I have to go work at a job that I hate? Yeah. I don't know what we just talked about, but yeah, that was my little pet talk.
I mean, that's why I'm working right now, and just working, saving up, is not to be there forever and move up in ranks and be a manager or something.
Yeah.
Definitely no. I don't want that forever.
And that's the thing. I think me and you understand. I understood when I was, working at these warehouses that I hated. I knew. I comprehend, as much as it hurt me, because I wanted to do what I love to do, or the photography and all that. But as much as I had to come to realization, like, I'm not there yet or whatever. But it's about what you do right now that will take you to where you're like trying to head to. So nothing's wrong with not temporarily working at some warehouse. But like you said, your goals are not that you want to be a manager for this. Because at the end of the day, you're. I'm just gonna say, we're replaceable.
We are. I mean, a lot of the jobs are easy. My job is super easy.
But that's what I'm saying.
So anybody could do it.
We're getting to a place now. Everybody's opening a bunch of like businesses, Instagram and all this, like all these randomly, especially through the whole Corona thing. But we're getting to a place now where it's like working from home is going to be the norm, or has become the norm. So I don't know. It was weird. I was talking to the HP customer service the other day, and they're like, "Is this a home or a work computer?" I'm like, "Well, dang, I don't know, because I work from home."
Yeah.
Or I do work from home, and so I was like, I don't know, but. Yeah, music. Let's go back to the music. So what is your goal? Have you lost that drive that you once had, that innocence that was taken away?
Yes. I don't feel like, in a way, in love with it like I used to be. Not motivated to do it. And I have no idea why, like what cut that off or whatever. But I want to I feel like it will come back. So I want to put that effort into like directing a video or stuff like that until it comes back for the music. So I've been trying to put my creativity towards other things. maybe clothing, like starting the likes.
Nah, you good.
Starting some kind of clothing brand that people can feel attached to. Videos. I really love videos and pictures and stuff like that.
Music's so beautiful though, but because all of the stuff you're describing still somehow connects back into music.
It's just the creating the music part that's become
music
difficult.
is so deep if you really think about it, because it's a feeling that you when you feel a new song or some kind of a beat drop, a beat or whatever. It's a feeling you can't grasp. You can't even grasp it, but you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you feel like you've do you still see, is that you're still your ultimate goal, trying to become an artist?
Yeah, for sure. That's always been my only goal. I mean, before trying to be an artist, it was painting or actor or surgeon. And I definitely didn't want to put the work in that it takes to become a surgeon. Because that takes a lot of work and being super smart. Not that I don't feel like I'm smart.
No, you're pretty smart.
And then becoming an actor, I was doing little things like commercials and whatnot. But when I moved away to a different school, it kind of cut that off. And then painting, that's a whole nother world that's difficult to get
Why
into.
do you feel like you have to become, or you want to become, an artist?
That's just what I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my calling.
Do you truly feel like you will be that guy that made it?
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's like, if you don't see it, how are you going to become it?
I know for a fact, because that's the only thing I want and the only thing I can see myself doing for forever.
Yeah.
But it's just become difficult. And I mean, everything happens for a reason. So,
but what's difficult? Because if you really think about it, we have all the answers right here.
Mm-hmm. It's just creating. I don't feel it's.
You think it's laziness?
Yeah, part laziness.
Distractions.
Part laziness, part distractions.
But not saying I'm calling you lazy. I'm just the overall in general. Like,
no, I am.
Because I remember when I made music. Damn, bro, I keep cutting you off. I'm so sorry.
No, you're
Please
fine.
Forgive me.
You're good.
I remember when we would make music.
Yeah.
It'd be a stroke. Like, it was. I felt lazy to do it. I don't know.
I always loved it, but now definitely it is part laziness, but it's laziness because when I start trying to create more music, I don't feel it. I'll write something, a verse, and just be like, it's not good enough. I don't feel. I almost feel like I'm competing and comparing myself to things I've done already.
You're comparing yourself to yourself.
Yeah, and I feel like, this isn't as good as this was, or this isn't better, not getting better.
Bro, that's me.
So and then when I start feeling like that is when I just don't want to do it. I'm just like, what's the point? I can't get anything good out of it. But it's not completely gone, because I will still work on a song or start writing, singing or whatever, and I like it and it's good, but I struggle to finish it also. So there's that part as well.
I think the hardest struggle though is starting. The hardest thing about starting is starting. That's
I struggle with finishing though.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can
100%.
begin, but you won't finish something.
Yeah, I have a lot of songs that are halfway complete, started, a verse or a hook, and
I feel that.
I don't know where to go with that and take it and end it off on. Or some that are even close to being finished, and I'm just like, something's missing. But maybe something's not missing and it's just me.
It's all in your head.
Yeah.
Because I do that all the time, especially with my work. One of my biggest...
Because your work is art too.
Yeah, for sure. Art. I think we're creatives. Like we're naturally constantly creating in our minds. When I watch a movie, I can't watch a movie like I used to as a child.
Mm-hmm.
But even as a child, I used to still look at it with a different lens. It was unique to me. It just it drew me in. Like as now when I see whether it's music videos or a movie, I'm constantly looking at the cinematography behind it, the way the lighting is set up, what lens they're using, and what the audio, the cuts. Was this a natural cut? Why did they go to a wide shot compared to a tight shot? So all these thoughts, and you're constantly creating, and then you just burn out.
Yeah, I it definitely burnt out, but I feel with doing music videos and clothing, I feel like seeing how maybe some people might react, or just me seeing that becoming more of a reality will push me and give me that like want to continue again. I don't know, maybe I just need to go through more traumatic experiences.
Is that what you think? That's what makes a song traumatic experiences?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that song that we want to do a music video with was me being suicidal and whatnot. ODing.
Yeah.
And there's another song I love. It's not like nearly as popular of a song as the Spanish song, but that one's one of my favorites.
How many views did that Spanish one get?
I don't know. Maybe like...
It's your most viewed though, right?
It's the most popular one.
Yeah. Go check that out. Spotify, right?
Cinti. Yeah, anywhere.
Anywhere.
Voodoo
All
Chow.
platforms. Voodoo Chow.
Yeah. But that song that I'm referring to means a lot to me because it was when I was homeless in Florida. Like that taught me a lot too.
Homeless in Florida.
Yeah, me and some friends went to Florida to work, and then we got fired for like a lot of problems that were happening, and we got kicked out of the hotel, and we had no money because we went down there to make money.
Were y'all being savages?
In a way. So it wasn't 100% like not our fault. Part of it was our fault, but yeah. So the boss, he honestly from the start did not like us. He would point us out like, you guys aren't wearing steel-toed boots. You guys are in sweats, or I would go in overalls. He'd be like, you need khakis, and but we would look around and there was like ladies in pantuflas and
what
and like leggings.
Wait, how did y'all become homeless? So basically fired you? And
yeah, so he was giving us a place to stay. He told us if we drove down there, he would give us gas money. Yeah, we were gonna get paid. Supposedly he was gonna give us grocery money, like everything that we needed he was gonna provide. We just had to get there. And when he started complaining about our work uniform or whatever, we were just like, you could have told us that before we came from Georgia, all the way from Florida, or from Georgia to Florida. We could have brought our boots, khakis, everything that he was asking, but wasn't really asking everyone else to do. So it was kind of like annoying. And this is when the hurricane had just hit Florida.
Well, I was going to say, did you not know what kind of work you were?
It was demolition, but the way he described it, it was like, it wasn't heavy, crazy
Come
things.
as you are.
Yeah, it was really a come as you are. And I'm telling you, seeing everyone else who was working there, what they were wearing, it was like, okay, it's cool, you know?
Yeah. So wait,
they provided us with hard hats and vests, like colored vests or whatever. And that was like the uniform.
How you become homeless though?
So we started asking him like, hey, it's like the second day we're out here. We need the money for groceries. We're tired of whatever we were doing. And I guess he just didn't want to pay us. He didn't want to give us the money for for the groceries. And so he made that a huge deal, the boots and whatnot. And honestly, it was kind of scary. It was like a movie scene where he asked us to meet him at this place that we didn't know what it was. Because I'm telling you, the hurricane or whatever had just hit Florida. Mm-hmm. A lot of things were destroyed. And we pulled up to like this warehouse and he's chilling. It's a Mexican guy. And so he's at a business meeting or whatever.
Oh, not sketchy at all.
Yeah, like the back of a taller almost, like broken cars and whatnot. Yeah. We pull up to the back, a huge open area with just like one table in the very back.
with that light.
Almost no people. Yeah, the whole thing was lit. Everything was. There was a lot of light.
That would have been sick.
That would have been. Nah, we would have. I would have been like, I'll wait for y'all.
Why would y'all even go in there?
Because we needed our money. We needed.
I ain't going in there.
So we walk in, but here's the thing. He was just. I don't know who he was talking to. He was in a business meeting with another party, and him. It was just him, and then this super thug guy right next to him, and like the most cholo fit ever, tatted up like crazy, just like looking at us weird. And we're like, why is he here for a business meeting dressed like that? Like, what kind of business meeting is this?
And I'm getting fired for boots.
Right, exactly. And so he made a big deal about the money, and at that moment he was like, don't come to work tomorrow if you guys don't have boots. So we didn't even have money for groceries, and he wants us to go find boots. So we're like, all right, fine. We were going to go steal boots, to be honest. We were going to find a way.
What the heck?
I don't even know how much of this I can say, but we had to go. We were going to steal boots, and he gave us the grocery money, but he was like, don't come back to work if you guys don't have boots. So we were going to go buy groceries. We bought groceries, and we were going to go back to steal boots. And
steal boots.
Steal boots. Yeah, this was a while ago, so it's kind of hard to remember. But he called us the next day, and he was like, where are you guys at? You know, you were supposed to be here at 7 or 6 or whatever. And we're like, you told us not to go back without boots. So we still are trying to find boots.
And y'all didn't have money for boots?
No, bro. Steel-toed boots. Like, those are like, I don't know, $40, bro. Yeah, we were gonna steal them from Walmart, but it was 4 of us. It was 4 of us that went together. It was me and 3 other guys.
That whole trip sounds sketchy, though. That would have been a red flag for me from the beginning, from the get go.
Bro, I needed money.
I feel that.
I was broke. It was the best quick money type of thing. I don't even remember how much I was supposed to get paid.
So you never got paid?
Nah, I never got paid. I never got paid for anything. But yeah, so he calls us mad talking about the boots. And so we were like, yeah, we're going to get boots, but we're not going right now because we don't have boots. You told us not to go. So then I think like 2 hours passed by, and we had just put all the groceries in the apartment or hotel that he had us in. And he calls us back, and he's like, don't even come. He was like, y'all got until 4 to get out of the hotel.
Sheesh.
He's like, if you guys aren't out, I'm calling the cops. So we had to leave, and it sucked because we had just got groceries like milk and stuff that we couldn't really just take with us. I think we took like the ramen, the cereal, things like that, water bottles and stuff. It was crazy. We were making the ramen at like gas stations, the hot water. Yeah. I mean, it worked.
It works. Stuff works.
Yeah.
I haven't had a Maruchan in a minute. It's been, for sure, more than 5 years.
Dang, bro. I'm living that life right now. I have the emergency meals in my trunk. I still have Maruchans there.
Bro, that was literally the best meal as a kid.
Yeah.
I used to put cheese on mine, though.
Oh, that's weird. Cheese.
With like,
I put an egg in mine.
Okay, that's weird.
No, not at all. I would crack an egg while it's in the water cooking, and it would kind of like poach it, and I would just stir it up, and it'd be good.
Nah, bro, you gotta try it with
cheese.
With the cheese, bro. Like so much cheese that you choke on it.
Nah, bro. Speaking of that, I literally, when I was a kid, my grandma made me this quesadilla with so much cheese, and as I was eating it, I don't even know how this happened, but this is how it's replayed in my mind. Like, I guess the cheese got stuck in one of my, like, on a tooth or something. But as I swallowed it, it got stuck, and it just like melted down, and I was like choking and whatnot. And my grandma was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" She was like, she grabbed the cheese and was like pulling it. I looked like a clown, like, and like all the cheese was just like stretching and coming out like that. So I thought that was pretty funny.
That's funny.
So much cheese you choke on it. That's happened.
What do you feel like, or why do you feel people here locally have not truly made it into the artist industry or music industry?
There's a lot of factors. Like, for example, Some don't have the connections. Those same that don't have the connections, honestly, a lot of them suck. Like, that's just a harsh truth. Some people suck. I mean, I might suck to a lot of people in their eyes, but
Do you feel like you suck? Like an honest question to yourself.
no, I don't. You gotta have some type of level of confidence to be doing it. And that's the crazy thing, because there's people that I look at that I'm like, wow, this person is trash, but he has so much confidence. Like, puts out music every week, every whatever.
Sheesh.
It sounds like trash to me, but I'm like, they're making little moves. Like, they have music videos, they got, and who knows how much of it's true, but they start talking about how they got label offers and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't think I would want to sign to a label. I would
Be
want
independent or have
Yeah.
your own label.
I definitely would want control of everything for the most part myself.
If it was your own label, what would you call it?
Voodoo Cult Records,
Sheesh.
100% VCR, and then like the little tapes would be like, I want to do that one day, is sell like little tapes with my music, maybe like make 10 copies of it. I think it would just be cool.
That'd be dope.
Like little, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The little
Cassettes. I think it would look dope. I think they look cool.
That'd be dope.
Just more of a memorabilia rather than actually using it.
Making it, quote unquote, making it is kind of weird if you really think about it, because so here you are, you're an artist, or you're wanting to become this big artist.
Mm-hmm.
The fact every big, like right now, every big artist, like Drake, biggest artist right now.
Drake.
If you think of,
I
who's
love
on
Drake.
top, Drake's on top. And it's crazy, he's still on top.
Yeah.
Like,
he's going to be on top, honestly,
I say another
for a while.
For a while. At least another 10.
Yeah.
Another 10 for sure.
At
But-
least 5.
5?
Because I don't know. 10 is a long time.
He got timeless records though.
He does.
It's not even hits. It's timeless. Like you can't touch it. It's weird. But anyways, music is making it is so weird, because it's like, what makes a person famous, or what makes a person
Considered to have made it.
Yeah, it's the people. The people create this icon, or this actual person
Out of them.
that it's just weird. Like, and then another thing, cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Without cameras, you can't have, or that's like one of the what is it, requirements, I guess, that makes a person, I guess, famous in today's age.
Today's age.
Yeah, today's age.
Day and age.
In
In this day and age.
Is in this day and age, that's what kind of makes. So I don't know if that was a statement, question, or what I was saying, but point is, just the thought of that, if you really truly think about it, it's just so weird how we make these people what they are.
Yeah. I mean, only because everything is on the internet now. Everybody has a phone and a camera.
Yeah.
Everything is put out.
Going back to like back in the day again,
Mm-hmm.
but what made the people back in the day famous?
I think the actual music, and then it comes down to connections.
But did it make them? Did they know they were famous at that time? Like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Or there's some people that got famous after they.
But let's
died.
go way back.
You know what I'm talking about?
Let's go way back.
You're talking about like Mozart, way back.
Yeah, or even more probably. But just like those types of days.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they truly knew?
No.
Like Caesar's
palace type of thing.
Yeah.
Bro, I think he was like an emperor. No.
No, not.
People might be roasting me in the comments right now. The pizza.
Yeah, I mean, you get the point. Jesus.
Bro, he definitely knew. What you mean?
I mean, he knew what
Jesus.
he carried. I think he knew what he carried, but I'm saying, I don't know. I don't know how. Like, it's insane how there's certain people, their name will live forever.
Yeah.
The legacy that they leave behind. It's like, what keeps it there?
They're following. I mean, bro, that's a whole religion. You know, that's a lifestyle people like live by.
Mm-hmm.
and the 10 too.
Like, who do you think is if not one of the greatest, but the greatest person to? Okay, for example, in the music, like, who do you think? Like, do you look at?
Oh, Russ, 100%, bro.
He's kind of underrated if you think about it. Like, he's famous.
Yeah,
but
I think he maybe not underrated, but really hated on. I think a lot of people just don't like him.
Underestimated. Maybe
because he's great. He makes great beats. I like the way he raps. Everything. I love the fact that he did everything himself. So
what do you think?
That's someone I look up to, because he did everything himself. He's still doing a lot of it.
Started from the
It took him 10 years or something like that.
From the ground up.
So I think that's a really good person that I would be like, wow, it'd be nice to be like that, because he has real money. You know, his money is real. And
yeah.
Did you ever see those? I don't know if it was on Twitter or just a post somewhere, but it was like Lil Pump's album or Smoke Perps only sold like 5,000 copies the first week or something like that. Like, that's hilarious, because they're the ones flaunting money on the gram and whatnot. But then you see their album sales. So it comes down to like a following rather than like people loving what they actually do. They like to see them. They don't like to listen to them. But Russ is like amazing. All his shows are sold out. As much as people like to say he sucks and doesn't make great music, but then you see how many people pull up to his concerts, and it's like, you kind of you can't deny that.
But as amazing as he is in your vision, why is it that he is not or has not became as big as, I don't know, Drake? Keep going back to Drake, but I guess that's who I can think about. A big artist.
To me, I think he's up there. Maybe, I don't know. That's kind of a really big statement to make, to say that he's up there. But I think it's just the fact how he carries himself. Also, he can be like perceived as
like number wise, he's not there, but as I get what you're saying. Somehow I stopped feeling hot, but now I'm starting to feel hot again.
Nah, it's in your mind.
Really?
Yeah.
It stopped for a little bit, but now that I'm thinking about it,
don't think about it.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
Look at that, Drake. Everything, bro. I feel like Drake, a lot of his music, it's like, wow, I went through that. He wrote that about my life.
Yeah, know?
That's so crazy to me.
What would you say is your top Drake song?
Oh, my favorite?
Yeah.
People are probably gonna hate me for this, but I love this song. Nothing's Into Something. You remember that one?
That one was on
Big Up a Act, I'm Drowsy.
For real?
I'm still
that's
posted
like
up
top.
Where you? Nah, I mean, like, it's my favorite. Not like, oh, that's where he went the most lyrical and like blah blah blah. But I love that song. Everything about how it starts to how it's composed. I love that. The sound of it, the way it makes me feel. Great.
Bro, speaking of sound, the other day I literally went to my backyard. It was a really nice day, and I laid down on the grass and just looked up
to nature.
Yeah, just listen. Have you ever done that? Where
on hikes,
but legit just listen and trying to separate each sound that you hear. And I don't know, I was just sitting there and I could hear, I was calling out like, okay, I hear birds, I hear this, I hear that. But then I don't know, maybe I'm trying too hard to get deep, but I be thinking of stuff like that, like how
I used to meditate,
like what makes a sound, stuff like that,
vibrations, right?
But it's like even that vibration, what makes that vibration? Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. It's you might call me crazy, or in my head it makes sense. It don't, but that's I don't know.
Yo, have you ever, back when you would write music? I feel like you still write music sometimes, right?
Yeah, I do.
You still like to play guitar and sing sometimes.
Yeah.
Have you ever wrote something?
On and off thing.
Have you ever wrote something and you're like, and then later you hear someone singing that or someone famous like saying something similar.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird, bro?
Have you ever wrote something and you thought it was actually really dope and sick, and then you come back to it to listen to it and you're like, dang, it sucks. Have you ever been there? Like
back when I did hella drugs.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh my god, this is so fire. Back when I tried writing. I should have done this more often because I feel like a lot of good could have came out of it. But on acid, it's really difficult to write music, or was at that one time that I tried it. But I thought it was so dope. And then I read it. I'm like, this is terrible. This is nothing. Like, there's no topic to it. Nothing. But yeah, I remember writing something. This was like maybe 7th grade or a little after that. But I wrote something, and then I heard Childish Gambino use like almost the exact same. It was like 2 bars maybe. I was like, that's so crazy. And it makes me think, like, if I would have just put that out, then I could have made a video like Childish Gambino stole my lyrics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. And then it makes me think about when people say other people stole other people's lyrics or whatnot. You know, I'm like, did they really? Or was it like one of those moments that I had, but it just actually happened where they wrote the same thing, different times, didn't really ever hear each other's music, you know? They do that a lot with Drake, which, I mean, he probably, honestly, a lot of his is, what is it called? Like quoting.
Yeah, for sure. But you know, it's even
More
crazy
than
though
stealing.
about Drake, that as big as he is, he even himself will never be able to top his, what's his top album? I mean, it could be Thank Me Later, or even Nothing Was the Same. Nothing was the same. Greatest album, in my opinion.
Great, yeah. You know what's another
He'll
song?
never be
Madonna.
able to. Which one?
Madonna.
Oh, that one's cool.
I love the hi-hats.
Yeah. He'll never be able to top that Drake, even now, as big as he is.
You don't think so?
To that level, no.
I'm excited to hear. Well, he's changed. His sound is so different. How he raps now. It's still Drake, but it's so different. I feel like he's really good at catering to the sound of today's age or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely carries it.
He morphs to the times.
It's insane how that even put together or is put together. But
yeah, and it's so seamless. Like, it's like he's really good at that, just being relevant to today. Because his sound.
I mean, one thing I will say is that he, dang, bro, I sound like a fanboy. I ain't gonna talk about Drake no more.
I love Drake. I sound like a fanboy. That's like my biggest, who I would really look up to back then, and even now, for sound wise, I loved it. I don't want to sound like Drake, but a lot of
people do.
Yeah,
he definitely created his own sound. Which I guess that's what, you know.
I think he kind of started like the whole singing rap type of thing.
Oh, for sure.
Singing with a flow.
Yeah, because that was before it used to be kind of, if you're a singer, you're gay.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I actually wanted to do chorus back in high school.
Me too. Well, middle
school / high school, and I was like, nah.
I wanted to. The only thing was my mom couldn't pick me up. My mom was like always working. My dad was always working. Never worked out.
Sheesh.
Would have been dope. Would have been able to sing right now.
I didn't even know you sang until I heard that Spanish. Was it the Spanish song? Yeah.
I don't feel like I can sing. I would love to be able to sing. I feel like a lot of it is mixing, but I want to be able
sounds good.
Thank you. But I want to sing like Justin Bieber, Chris Brown, you know, like those type of vocals.
With the run-on?
That'd be amazing. Yeah, the runs.
The runs.
It'd be amazing. To be able to like serenade someone and like a romantic type of thing.
But yeah, honestly, bro, I don't even know what we talked about.
A lot.
I don't remember nothing about the conversation.
Me either. I think that's the best thing though, because it kind of like rolled.
Yeah.
Just like snowballed into different things.
Definitely did. And I think I asked you last time, and that was just the last question I want to ask you is, if you could sit in front of younger version of yourself.
Oh yeah.
It's what would you have said to him. That's what I was gonna say before I had finished it. That's why I was struggling.
Goodness, and I forgot what I said last time. If I was,
what would you say now though? Because I feel like we change every month, a week,
every 30 minutes.
Our minds.
What would I say to the younger self? What age?
Whatever you see, wherever you see yourself. What age are you staring at or looking into?
6th grade. I would definitely tell myself, release music, make music, just release. Because I was writing since 6th grade, but I never put anything out until maybe freshman year, sophomore year, something like that. So yeah, 100% release music. I mean, I was a kid. I'm still young, so I don't know. It was just, I had like almost the same worries back then, or like thoughts behind my creative that I have now, but it was kind of dumb to think like that as a 6th grader. But you never think of how old you or young you really are. You always feel older, you know? I just feel like I had no time. I was in 6th grade, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty crazy. I would just tell myself, release music, make music. 100%.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency is the biggest struggle. But yeah, bro, I appreciate you coming, and
thank you for having me.
Thank y'all for watching.
Like and subscribe.
That was Detox.
Hit the notification bell.
You know the drill. Check out his music. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Peace.